Alright, alright, alright. I am here. Welcome in, everyone. Alright, alright, alright. Why am I echoing? What is echoing? Aw. I have my game screen open and not the stream manager on Twitch. Nice. Dashboard. Stream manager. There it goes. Hey Ketsu, welcome in. Let me just finish sending out all my stuff. And we good. Let's see. Is that now? Yeah, that's now. Yeah. Didn't waste any time on that one. There we go. Let's see. I need to gather... Oh, you know what I need to gather? Let me go to Razat Han and figure this out. You're at Target? Target! Find me something cool. Find me something cool at Target. Target. Yeah, now is the fun part of leveling up my crafters. I need these. Rarefied horse chestnut casa. Alright, let's Hey Bosca, welcome in. Let's open up my Teamcraft. So, I believe it's 78 of them that I need for each one. Make it an ephemeral list. And now I open up my list. Need to go to Tomra first. It's going pretty good so far. I'm taking it chill right now since I just finished the Endwalker story. And I still need to level up my crafters. So I'm just getting on and just leveling them up. I spent a whole day yesterday trying to get my new mount. Where is it? Getting this thing. Here. Yeah, I spent a whole day getting this thing. It's an item called a level checker. That is from one of the bosses in the game. And it uses these to check your level. Like, legitimately, it's a level checker. My favorite thing about it, though, is the whole Charlie and the Chocolate Factory thing where you're just really tiny inside of it. And I love that. So I spent an entire day yesterday getting 2 of the world bosses to spawn to get that. And there's another one that's a an elephant outfit. Yeah, I'm the little person in the TV. See? I just go into the TV. I'm just inside there. I want to get the other, like, elephant outfit, but that is another, like, world boss thing that I have to wait hours for it to spawn. So for now, I just gather. I gather and, we do crafting. Because I need to get my crafters to level 90 now. See, it's funny. When I want to garden, I use this. I use this class. This is the gardener. And I have a scythe. You're at target. Good jobby. And then it's like, when you piss me off and I don't want to garden anymore, I use this scythe. The funny thing is, there's an actual title for the botanist called Reaper. And I need to get it still. Aussie. There him is. There's the boy. But for now it's just gathering a ton of items. I need 312 of this stuff. Thank you for the head paps. And a bonk. I actually want to see how the bonk looks. Yeah, the bonk came out pretty good. I enjoy it. I didn't want a standard bonk that everyone uses. Like, I had the gift for it, and I was like, nah. I want to have, like, a different thing that's a bonk. So I just get bapped in the face with flowers now. Yeah, the bonk is a gift. Here. Bonk. See? Should pop up. Eventually. There it is. Yep, 4-hit combo. It's, I can't remember the character's name, but I know they're from Guilty Gear. I just can't remember their name. And, I literally was just like, yeah, that fits perfect. Because I have, like, the little, like, bonk bat that just, like, baps me in the face. But I was like, nah. I need something better. I have not played a lot of the Guilty Gear games after, like, the older arcade stuff. Like, from the, like, early 2010s, I haven't played anything after that of Guilty Gear. All I know is that Faust is my favorite character. Because he is a weird, creepy, lanky boy, and I love him. 2D fighters are the bane of your existence. I honestly love, like, the old school 2D fighters. Yeah, he's wacko. Faust is my favorite character from the Guilty Gear series. Terry is my favorite from the King of Fighters series. Shansung is my favorite from the Mortal Kombat series. Let's see, who else do I have? BlazBlue is Taokaka. Taokaka is my favorite BlazBlue character. Other than that, that's really all the main fighters that I play. Yeah, it's the cat girl in the suit, in that like full body suit. Like she is my favorite character from BlazBlue. Barely got past her fight. Yeah, BlazBlue is actually a very hard game, especially if you're playing the arcade version. It is fairly unforgiving. I haven't played any in a while. I know there was a few that came out, and I haven't played anything since Continuum Shift. Which I know was like, I think like 3 or 4 games ago was Continuum Shift. How many of these do I have? 125, and I need how much? 312. RIP. I could technically buy these off the market board, but I'm lazy and cheap. Yeah, it's just a farming stream. It's just chill. I need to get my crafters to 90, and the quickest way to do it is craft 78 of the collectibles. Stardew and FF. You know what? Let's do that. Here, let me make sure that updated the title. Yeah, that updated the title. There. It's Stardew Fantasy. It's a fitting title. It fits. Harvest Moon Final Fantasy Edition. Where's the rest of these? I need more. Game? Hello? Hello? There they are. The worst part is that, where is it? I have the Dwarven Cotton that I need for these, but all of this stuff sitting in this Chocobo saddlebag is all stuff for crafting for when 6.1 comes out. And I'm going to be crafting all of that up and selling it on the market board. So, like, this Dwarven Cotton right here, I believe it's 5 for each one. Yeah, it's 4 thread to make, it's 4 cotton boils to make 1 thread, or to make 3 thread. And then it's 3 thread to make 1 cotton. So that is, let's see here, 109 plus 508 times 4. That's 6,028 that I used just to make that little bit that I have. Yeah, a lot of this stuff took forever to do. Like, the gold ingots are a time node that pops up every, like, 50 minutes, give or take. And, that one was just sitting patiently, waiting, and grabbing them every time they popped up. While sending my retainers to go grab them as well. Ooh. Where is this at? Let's see, time node. A lot of the crafting in this game is just waiting around for crafts. You don't even have the patience. I make my living off the market board. So, I kind of have to, like, work on the market. Like, all the stuff that's on my Chocobo saddle is stuff that will be crafted in 6.1 when the new housing comes. And it's specifically stuff that is extremely popular for people that decorate their houses. So, the other reason you don't think you're new to the FF thing. I mean, you don't have to craft. This doesn't have to be done. Let's see. This is for these. A lot of this is for these water features. What else? It all goes for a lot of different things. You want all the things? I mean, that's why you make friends with crafters. I was at max level for all my crafters. I'm now working to get them all max level to 90. If my math is correct, I should be able to level a crafter every 40 minutes by doing this method. It would be quicker if I just bought everything, because everything is a lot cheaper. But, I'd rather just, gather the items and save the money. Because as of right now, I have a little under 2 million. And I kind of want to save that. Even though I could easily go get, like, another 2 million gil right now by sitting down and crafting. Like, if I craft these 3 items up to make the cookies, I can easily make another, like, 2 million gil. Yeah, exactly. I'm saving the cash and gonna splurge on it later. There's stuff that I will need to pick up that is purely cosmetic, but I want it. And it would probably be easier for me to buy it than go out and try and get it. So I'm definitely going to be, like, trying to do that. And honestly, 300 is not that bad. Yeah, 300 is not that bad because they changed the way crafting, gathering works recently. So instead of having anything that raises the quality of the item, it raises the percentage given extra for the item. So I have a chance of getting more items from a gather than I would have before. So it's a nice little change. It's nothing crazy. I'm leveling up while doing it. Makes things nice and relaxing. Yeah, it's slightly faster. This percentage on the bottom used to be a percentage of how much chance you have of getting a high quality item. And now they just changed it so it's your percentage chance of getting extra items from the gathering point, and it progresses as you go. That's a new skill. Pioneer's Gift increases the chance of triggering Gatherer's Boon by 30%. Nothica's Trading increases item yield from Gatherer's Boon by 1. Grants another gathering attempt by gathering collectibles. Ooh. Increases chance to trigger Collector's Intuition by 74%. Nice. They've changed the way the gathering works, and I haven't really looked at it yet. Like, I should have really been looking at it, but I figured I'd just learn as I go. Because they changed the way crafting works too. They made crafting a bit easier. I'm at 247, and I need 312. So I should be done in a few more rotations of this. Yeah, it's kind of relaxing to sit down and craft and gather all day. I've had days where I sit down and gather this stuff, like, all of this stuff I gathered in the in-between of the last expansion. And this took me about 2 or 3 weeks to gather it all. And I was just slowly knocking it out every time the nodes were up or anything like that. I would just go and gather them. So it was like pretty chill, and it killed time. Like, I was still playing the game, so I was still able to like hang out with friends if anyone needed help doing any quests or anything like that. And then I would just get whatever I needed in the meantime. Yeah, it is a lot. It is... When you go into, like, the wood needs 5 logs to make 1 piece of wood. And as you can see, I have, like, full stacks of logs of the woods. And it's just because I needed them. Like, this one, the Ligum Vitae lumber, it's 5 logs to make 1, and I have 3 stacks of it. So you just times 2,700 by 5, and you get how much of the wood needed to go into that. Or like these. These are made for a cat tree. Where is it? Did they get rid of the cat tree from the menu? That is interesting. Well, these are to make the bath. I have one for the cat tree somewhere. Which one is it that makes the cat tree? One of these makes it. Here, let's see. Let's just look up tree. Tree size tower. Walnut lumber and walnut logs. I might have already crafted them and sold them. But yeah, like, they're like little cat trees. And, I literally use them to just sell. Like, a lot of this stuff is to make the fake windows. And those fake windows sell for a lot of money normally. But, with housing, like, what happened with the last housing update when, 5.3 came out? When patch 5.3 came out and they added the housing in that one? What people were doing was they were buying the stuff off the market and then selling it for, like, double its price. So what I ended up doing... Yes, catchy for the cat people. What I ended up doing with the stuff was I would sell the items at their regular price, and my stuff would sell faster than anyone else's, because I was selling it at the regular price instead of, like, 100% increase. Here, I will gather the last of this stuff, which should be the last of what I need. Like, you get these things that allow you to teleport to your house. And, let me mark that off the list. That's done. What ends up happening is, you can get them fairly easily. And people were buying them and selling them for, like, I think before the housing stuff went up, they were a couple thousand. And when people bought them and started, like, reselling them, they went up to, like, I think it was, like, 200,000 a piece. When you could just go and get them from your grand company for little effort. It was very little effort to get them. Yeah, this is my house, actually, that I own in game. Yeah, when new expansions come out, or the housing market goes up again, like when they start selling stuff on the housing market, things go nuts. This is the cat tree. Oops. I have to do this. And it's literally a cat tree. Yeah, it's literally a botanist house. My favorite place to sit is right here. This is my favorite place to sit. But yeah, I designed this whole little house. I have my little chairs, my little cat chairs. They are adorable. There's a rug that matches them now that I have to make. The other fun part is, each one of these, like, these walls here, they're individually placed walls that I glitched into this area. They are not supposed to be here. They are glitched into that. Yep, up high near everything breakable. Have a little room. Have a little closet. My plush. This is something that Kay actually got me, the Paiza. You can only get it by buying the physical plush that Square Enix sells on their website. And then it comes with a code. I have all my little mandragoras inside of here. Those are also glitched inside of here. They're not supposed to be there. I have my bathroom that really works. Like, the bathroom actually works. My favorite one is the toilet is made out of a flower pot and a sink that I sunk into the floor. And I'm kind of mad because we're actually getting a real toilet soon. And then I have all the best boys. I have Harshifont, I have Amaric, and I have Astinian. all the best boys. And we got my little kitchen. Yeah, it's literally made with other items. Once we get the actual like toilet, because they previewed it already, so it won a designer contest, so we will be getting it eventually. Yeah, this is my whole outside. I have a little gazebo, which they added a new one, and I kind of want to change to that one. My topiaries, little area to sit down out here. And you have my bridge that leads over my flower pond, and then my garden. And then back here, my little teleporter, just hidden back there. Yeah, like the flower arch is beautiful. That was something that got added recently, and I love it. One of the newest items that they added... preview furniture, new... They added some new stuff. This is one of the ones that I want to get to put out here. This too, it's a little like bench with a tree. And then these lampposts. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that's all the stuff that they have for the new stuff outside. Inside, there has been a lot of stuff that I want to get. This is one of them. It's literally just a nice little waterfall feature. And I want to replace some of my walls with these, because they have shelves inside of them. And the best part about it is it has 2 tiers to it, and the shelves are different on both sides. I just haven't looked at how to get it, and I believe it's craftable, but it would just take me having to sit down and gather the stuff to craft. I'll still need to glitch things, like, again. Let's load. All of this up here, like all this stuff up here, is glitched up here. It's not supposed to be placed up here. Because you can't really place stuff on top of these things very much. Like, a lot of stuff just doesn't work. And then again, all of these, like, all of these are a stairwell that is here. And what ended up happening is, for some reason, they will not snap to this middle part on both sides. So I just left it like that as a feature. But you're not supposed to be able to place stuff inside this hallway. It's a very complex glitch to actually get stuff placed in here. So if I decide to add stuff to this hallway, I'm going to have to, like, change out some of these walls. It's going to be difficult. Like, up here, this is not supposed to be here. It's just built. The only downside is I might take out some of these curtains, because we have a new curtain that got added that I like a lot more. Where is it? We have these wood blinds that got added. So, I'm gonna probably add the wood blinds and take off the curtains. Because, my house, if you look down here, this is how many items can be put inside the house. And, I am at max capacity. I have filled up every spot in this house. Congrats on the target run, Kay. So, I have to figure out things to take out to put new stuff in. And that's going to be the hard one, is figuring out what I need to take out. Let's see what else I need. I need some more stuff. Yeah, I openly went and was just like, yeah, I'm going to use every single slot that my house allows me to use. And I went and did it. I need to go... Actually, I'm gonna go to Charlian, and then I'm gonna go to Labyrinthos. Make it easier on myself. That house was all designed... House inside and outside. Yeah, it took me a while to make it. I did it for like 3 days. I built the house. Like, I spent like a whole day just designing it in my head. And then I sat down and built it all. The crazy thing about it is that whole like little loft area above the kitchen. I've been wanting to remove that for a long time, and I just haven't done it. And eventually I will get rid of it, and that'll save up like 10 slots to put stuff elsewhere. And then replacing the curtains with the blinds would free up another like 20 slots in my house. And that would allow me to put the other walls, which wouldn't be taking up a slot because they would be replacing walls that are already there. And then I would just have to figure out what I'm going to put into the walls. That would be the only other like big thing. But that will come eventually. I will figure out what I want to do for that. I need this stuff. Thank you for the head paps, Mew. Yeah, there's a way to get more out of it in the end. It would just be having to figure out what I want to take out and what I want to... Let me grab these so I just have them recorded. It would be what I have to take out and what I want to replace. It takes a lot of planning, though. How much of this stuff do I need? 390. Okay. That is a lot more than I thought it was. I was not expecting 390. Definitely gonna have to make use of these. At least I'll be getting a decent bit of experience to level up. There's 2 minions that I need to go after. Technically 3, but I have to change one of my retainers to a fisher so that I can get the 3 new minions that got added to the game, instead of buying them from the market board because they're like upwards of 5 million right now. And I don't want to spend that much gil on them. The farms are waiting. Yeah, This is just Crafter in a nutshell. The only upside to this is once all my crafters are max level, I can repair my gear for free without having to pay to get it repaired. Because I can just repair it myself. Which, in the long term of things, saves a lot of money. It saves a lot. Other than that, it allows me to craft gear for other people. And when I can craft the gear for other people, it allows me to make money off of it. Which is how I make most of my profits. Or 85 and 86. Yeah, I just started getting them ready. I think my botanist is 81 and my carpenter is 81. I'm literally going down the list. If you turn in the level 81 collectible... Oh my god, what happens? Oh my god! To the life, thank you for the cheers! I've got some biddies, oh my god! All you're doing is the GC turn-ins? Yeah, I'm doing the turn-ins for the collectibles. Not to Rads yet. Yeah, once you get the collectibles, it's 78 collectibles gets you automatically from 80 to 90. So it's just getting enough collectibles to get there. You could buy them. You could buy all the items, and you're spending a couple 100,000. But I'd rather save the gil. It's much easier to just sit down and gather it. I save the money. I get to get the level without paying any money into it. And if I choose to, and I choose to get more, or I have left over, I can always sell that stuff to profit from that as well. You're on the moon. You should be going to Razathan, literally the next part after the moon. At 86 for 200k on the market board. Yeah, I would grab gear while it's cheap. The 90 gear right now is not cheap. Which is why I'm trying to get my crafters and stuff to 90, because if I get them there, I can make it. One of my friends in my FC actually gave me a Christmas gift today. And where is it? They gave me the level 90 botanist and miner stuff. You hate trying to do game markets. For me, I played WoW back when WoW was starting. And I was the treasurer for my guild. And I was in the second biggest guild in World of Warcraft before patch 2.6 came out. And we used to sit down and just manipulate the market. I've actually done it in this game. The server that I play on, Goblin, is notoriously bad for undercutting people. And when I mean undercut, if the item is 100,000 gil, they'll put it for a third of the price. You'll see it pop up for 70,000 gil. Instead of just lowering it 1,000, and then they crash the market because of that. So what I do is, because when I learned from WoW, in WoW what I would do is I would take high-end stuff, or sellable stuff that was very rare or very quick to do that could flip a profit, and I would throw it onto the market. So I would do that here. But because so many people undercut the market to get their stuff to sell first, I got tired of it. You're allowed 2 free retainers, which give you 10 slots on the market. I have 6, which give me 10 slots for each of them. Actually, no, they have 20 slots for the market. So I have 20 times 6. That is 120 slots. And then I have the trial, I have the paid version, so I can make 8 characters on each data center, on each world, and they all keep the retainer slots. So I actually have like almost 1,000 slots on each world. So what I did was I made 8 characters, I got a bunch of retainers, and I just decided I am going to be the market. And I had a stupid amount of gil, so I would buy the stuff, and then if someone would undercut me, I would buy it and put it back up on the market at my price. And for a solid like 3 weeks, I just did that to anything that I wanted to sell on the market. And after a while, it just stayed where it was. And the market just ended up shifting to that. Because I was literally controlling the entire market. Out of sheer force of will. I've done that. Yeah, it was aggressive. It was very aggressive. I have done that. I have openly sat down and bought stuff that people are trying to undercut and just throw it right back on the market at my price. Or, I will hop around the different, worlds and look for stuff that I know sells for a decent price, buy it where it's cheapest, and sell it on my server where it's the most expensive. TLDR math sucks. Yeah. It's kind of crazy what you can do if you're dedicated to the market in this game. Because it's where you make your money. You can make your money in other ways right now too. Like right now, because of the way the market's going, it will not stay this way. It will eventually go down. But you don't have to be a crafter at all to make like stupid amounts of money right now. If you do the fates, which are like these things right here, these purple little icons. If you do those fates, you get things called bicolored gems. And if you use the gems to buy items that are used for crafting the high-end food stuff that the people are needing to like get special like points, like when you eat food, it raises your stats. So what people do is like crafters eat food to get the slightest little bit of yield out of their points so that they can actually like craft things that they wouldn't be able to craft normally. And there are people that are literally grabbing the stuff because they can get it with their battle classes and just crafting it and just going, here's it on the market. Like, there's a thing of milk that you can get like a stack of like 6 for very little effort. And people are selling on the market because each one sells for like almost 3,000-4,000 a piece. And when you can get it with the most minimal effort and sell it for that much money, you're making money off of it. Like, where is it? Yesterday when I was doing the farm for the level checker, Jeet has where if you have coins, definitely. This mount, on this server, it fluctuates sometimes. It can go anywhere from 750,000 to 2 million. And, I sit down and farm the stuff that's needed to make this stuff. You have that one, and you have the bed. Where's the bed? The bed is the same thing. This bed is like 1 million to 2 million. And the reason why it's so expensive is the main item that you need to craft it, the cloud's breath. It takes 10 days to grow the item because you actually have to garden for it, and it takes 10 real days to grow it. So people charge a stupid amount of money for it, and you can sell just the cloud's breath. You can sell just those for like a couple 100,000. Where are they? The primal minions, as soon as I find them. Like Ifrit, Garuda, Titan, Levi, Ramu, Shiva, Odin. Even these, Bismarck, Ravana, all of these are really expensive. Not so much anymore because they've kind of gone down in price because they've added other ways to get them. But before they added those alt ways to get them, they were in like the hundreds of thousands because you would take a long time to get them because you had to like craft items to make them. Like, there is literally so many things in this game that you can make money off of. It's just figuring out what you can do and what you can sell. Like, this minion is used in a crafting recipe. And you can sit down and do the dungeon and get, like, hundreds of them. Because I have done it. I have filled, like, an entire retainer full of these before. And the funny thing is, they sell for, like, around, like, 1,000 gil sometimes. Sometimes they just fluctuate in price. And then they're used to craft an item, like they're used to craft the marble furniture. And the marble furniture is actually stupid expensive. And you need one of those for every single craft. You gotta pay for the labor and materials. There are actually people that pay for it. That's the best part. Like, I have had people sit down and be like, hey, like, in, like, the shout chat of the chat, and it's like, can anyone craft this item for me? I will pay you X amount. And usually that amount is the retail price that's on the market, plus, like, 20%. Like, it's wild how much you can get away with. Another thing that's funny is, since the Crystal Data Center is a role-playing data center, it mostly leads to, like, roleplay. Like, Primal leads more to PvP, Aether is more like, raiding, and then Crystal is more, like, role-playing. And because of that fact, there's a lot of, like, role-playing bars or cafes or things like that. So if you make, like, certain food items that are high quality, instead of selling for, like, the common, like, couple hundred that they would sell for, they sell for thousands. Because people sell them for more money, like, in a roleplay setting. Yeah, it's an RPG. So, you get sometimes, like, grape juice, which is one of the easiest things to make in this game and costs normally, like, I'd say 200 gil for the high quality stuff. You can sell it for like 2,000 to 3,000 gil. Just because people that roleplay bars use it. No, my favorite thing right now is... It is... If I could spell. Can I not get it yet? Aw, I don't think I can get it yet. Yep, there it is. The Carrot of Happiness. And the funny thing is, you make happiness juice from it. And I want to sit down, because I do stupid things. Like, I'm a cat girl. So I have pastry fishes. And, they're little, like, pastry fish that I sit down and just give them to people. I give them to other cat girls. I have had people sit down and send me items. There's a fish that you can catch in this game called a little flirt. And I have had people just sit down and trade it to me. But, like, these pastry fishes, I give them out to people for just, like, role-playing. When I leveled up my culinarist, my chef, I made at least, like, 4,000 or 5,000 strawberry cheesecakes. Because I literally just used that to level them up. Because it was such a good experience craft. And, I I was just giving out cheesecake to people for weeks just to get rid of it out of my inventory. Same with, it's gonna be in the culinarist. It's a burger somewhere. Let me find it. The giant beaver burger. I crafted about 100 of these and just started giving them away. And it's like, they're little things that were just to level me up and give me experience. But I was just doing it and just giving it out for fun. There's times where it's like, if I want to get stuff out of my inventory, I will just craft a whole bunch of stuff and just give it away for free. Like, I had enough stuff to make a whole bunch of minions. And I was just like, hey, it's Christmas. Let me just give out a bunch of minions to people. And I would just make an announcement in like any of the major cities. It's like, hey, first come, first serve. I have like 50 of these. Whoever comes by and grabs one, they get one. Yeah, it's like little fun things to do. I get more enjoyment out of crafting and playing in this game than I do actually like the actual like gameplay, which is kind of funny. I have a friend who plays this game. They level 1 battle class. They have a black mage. So like this list, their black mage, which is this class right here, is their max level class. They have no other classes leveled, and all their carpenters, all their crafters and gatherers are max level. And they sit down and do nothing but craft all day. They barely play the game for anything else besides just crafting. And it's like, if you want to play the game like that, you're more than welcome to, because the game encourages you to do that. And that is honestly one of the biggest things that I love about this game. Like, I have played other role-playing games. Yeah, to each their own. I have played a bunch of role-playing games. Like, I played 14 when it was in beta, before Realm Reborn came out. I played 11. I played WoW until the whole Blood Plague thing happened. I stayed for about, I think, 3 or 4 months after the Blood Plague started, because me and the guild leader and a few of the actual like high level players that were healers were either keeping people alive in major cities, or we were just dissolving our guild, because a majority of people quit during the whole Blood Plague fiasco. So we all quit the game at that point, and I have never been able to get back into WoW since then. Can't play like you usually. Yeah, it's weird. Like, this game it's meant to be played how you want to play. I played Terra for a bit, and I liked Terra, but Terra was not really fun. It was just, like, I liked the character models, and so I never kept playing Terra. Because the gameplay for Terra was not that great. There's another MMO that I played called Vindictus that I played for a long time and then stopped playing. You spend all your time gathering. Also, hi, No Post. You're home. Welcome home, Kay. Glad you're home safe. Yeah, I spend a lot of my time crafting and gathering. The leader and the co-leader of my free company that I'm in, they were the ones that pushed me to get all my battle classes to level 80. before the expansion came out. So we were all day, every day, just playing the, there's one part of the game that gives you, like, a stupid amount of EXP. You're gonna get some food and you'll be back in a bit. Alright, Bosca, see you in a little bit. But yeah, they pushed me to get my, my battle classes to 80. And it was more because I had nothing to do in the game. And, like, now I have to get all my classes to 90. Because I want to see what you get for getting the classes to 90. And I'm going to be focusing on my gatherers. That is, like, my main thing. I have been just gathering and talking, and I have way more than enough of this stuff, I think. I need 390. Wow. I'm 8 over what I need. Let's see here. Hamlet. Yep. Now it's time to gather the wood that I need. The wood that I need is a lot more. I need like 700 pieces of this wood. 780. And I have, I think, like 20 on me? Yeah, I have like 20. Also, hi, No Post. I don't know where this stuff is. Can I just fly through here? Oh, I can. Okay. Neat. I'm assuming you just found out I was streaming and you're like, hey, let me pop in. Yeah, it's this stuff. Yeah, there is, there's not much that I need. Like, I think a lot of this stuff uses the same materials for a lot of the crafts. So I won't have to get a lot of it. Everyone I follow wasn't on, and Mia said you were on. You didn't know what my Twitch was? Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I've been recently streaming for about, like, 2 months now. I have grown really crazy in the last... not even the last 2 months. The last, like, month. Because I went from about, like, 30... I went from 26 followers to about 36. And then, I just went, cool, let's keep doing this. And, I went from 36, to about where I am now at, like, almost 60. In the span of maybe 2.5 weeks. I recently hit affiliate about 2 weeks ago. And I've just been growing since then. I really owe it to, there's another VTuber that I had raid me. His name is, Hollow Alliance. Him and his wife both stream. And, they both have individually rated me with their following. And I have just grown exponentially. And, I've teamed up with them. We're planning on doing an Among Us collab soon. If I remember right, they said sometime around after Christmas. we should be doing an Among Us collab with just a whole bunch of VTubers. So that's going to be really fun because a lot of us have not played Among Us since like all the new stuff was added. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've been trying to get some other VTubers to collab with, but I really don't have much games to collab with, is the problem. Like, I have Minecraft, I have Among Us, I really don't have much more, like Phasmophobia, but I don't have anyone that sits down and plays those regularly. So I have to find some people that are wanting to do collabs on those as well. Because I would like to have, like, at least a couple of collabs on my channel. Maybe like, I want to, like, help other people, because, Hollow, what he's gonna do is, when he's able to make a Twitch team, he wants to make a Twitch team that helps, like, smaller VTubers grow. And, like, I really would love to help with that as well. You didn't get real food, but you got a snack. At least you got some sort of food. That's what matters, is you got some sort of food. Still can't believe someone gave me biddies. Ah! Like, I love it, because it's the first time I get to see the little bits fall into the boba cup. Like, I'm really happy about that. Like, I heard a different notification. Bao and chocolate bar. That sounds awesome. Yes, I ate today, Ketsu. Kay actually was here, and that is the reason why I was late to start streaming. Because Kay came over to make sure I had food. Yes, the spinning whale gif is probably like my favorite one. Here. Let me show these off really quick. Alert boxes. It is the bitty one. The bit one is, I think that's the right one. Let me see if it pops up. Did it pop up? Don't think it did. Let me see here. Yeah, that one is just adorable. And then the raid one. The raid one is just great. It's boop. My favorite thing about it, about the just beep beep. Yes. My favorite thing about the notifications is I have taken all of the sounds from an old Genesis game called Echo the Dolphin. And because of that, I have been debating doing a playthrough of the games. There is 5 games in the series, and I've been debating doing a playthrough of all 5 of them. And all of the sound effects are taken from the first game. Echo the Dolphin came out in 1992. 92? Echo the Dolphin came out December 23rd, 1992. The game is as old as me. It's like the game is old. Yeah, I was showing off the soundtrack. I actually grew up playing Genesis games. I owned a Sega Genesis growing up. So I grew up with Sega as my predominant game console, and I had the Sega CD. So I grew up playing like the best version of Echo the Dolphin. And since the Sega CD didn't do well here in America, it like that version of the soundtrack is very unknown because the game didn't do well down here. You were 2. Yeah, the game is really, really deceptively hard. Your parents are probably making you around that time. Yeah, I would think so. Yup. They did the do to Echo the Dolphin, and you popped out 9 months later, 100%. I mean, the math lines up really well. But the game is deceptively hard, and you're a dolphin baby. I have actually been wanting to play through the game. If I can mod the game to make the orca, that the one single orca that is in the game, the main sprite of Echo, I would totally do it even more. But it is a game that I have been considering because it is one of my all-time favorite games. So it's a game that's up there that I really do want to like put onto my channel. There's Echo. I've been debating putting the old Phantasy Star games, like not Phantasy Star Online, but like the original like Phantasy Stars for the Sega Genesis, and those. Either those games or the older Dragon Quest or older Final Fantasy games, actually. Yeah, the good ones. I mean, not to get it wrong, Phantasy Star Online and Phantasy Star Online 2 were really good. I love those games. But I'm not going to try to get a server up and running to play Phantasy Star Online, the original. And Phantasy Star Online 2, the remake, it's not handled well enough for me to want to sit down and play it. It really isn't. What about 4? Phantasy Star 4? I believe Phantasy Star 4 is on the Genesis thing on the Switch. Yeah, getting the older Phantasy Stars to run, like, on the GameCube or on the Dreamcast is really annoying. Yeah, I have Bersia as well that I have to throw onto the channel at some point. The downside is, Final Fantasy is an all-consuming game for me. So, until I have everything where I want it to be, I'm going to be playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. It's like, there's a new expansion, I have stuff I have to get done. And like I've said before, it's like, I'm going to be playing the game regardless. So I might as well just stream it and make content out of it. But if, the all-consuming world, yep. If I ever have a day where I can't log in, because that's still a thing right now with 14, I will definitely sit down and play, Tales of Berseria. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be living in the game for a while. I plan on getting all of my crafters to level 90. I plan on getting the gear for them to level 90. So I will be working on that. That will take me a few weeks. You never platinum Tales of Berseria? Very rarely do I platinum games. When I had my PlayStation 4, I platinumed Destiny 1 and 2. Other than that, the Resident Evil series. I can't even say which one because it's the entire series. I have platinumed all the Resident Evil games on my PlayStation. Other than that, there really isn't much. I don't really sit down and platinum games all too much. The reason the Resident Evil series is platinumed for me is because I actively speedrun every single game in the Resident Evil series. I don't keep up active with it, but I have at some point speedrunned every single one of them. So, I tend to do, like, speedrun strats even when I'm playing the game. So I get really low times for just my casual playthroughs. And then, I get the playthrough, the pro, playthrough, nightmare mode. For Resident Evil 0, my favorite one is playing through the invisible enemy mode. You platinum Tales of Vesperia on your now deceased Xbox. Oof. I've never owned an Xbox outside of the original one and the Xbox 360. I have never had a reason to want an Xbox. Like that is honestly kind of sad. I was going to eventually get a Oculus when Resident Evil 4 VR got announced. Okay. It sounds terrifying for a casual playthrough. If you're gonna play, like, a casual playthrough of Resident Evil 1 with invisible enemy mode, yeah, that is terrifying. But when you know where all the enemies are because you've played the game a couple thousand times, it's very easy. You only had a 360. I have had every single Nintendo console to ever come out. And I have had every Sega console to ever come out. Technically, I have had all the PlayStations up to the PS4. But I never really played the games that came out for those systems. Like, I played the PS1 games quite a bit. I've grew up with it and I played them. But I grew up with Nintendo and Sega a lot more than I did anything else. Blindfolded playthrough win. I don't think I'll be able to do a blindfolded playthrough. That would take me quite a bit to do blindfolded. But, I will probably do a, I do stupid categories. Like, for Resident Evil 4, I have, I had at one point the world record for knife percent. Which is literally knife only. Resident Evil 6, I do knife percent as well. I have done quite a few, like, joke percents for games. funny enough, for Mario Odyssey, I learned the route as a joke, and it ended up being a very serious thing. Was the meme category for topless percent, which is basically get Mario to the water level and get the outfit that's just the swim trunks as fast as possible. You still have a working PS2? That's kind of how I feel with my Dreamcasts. I have 5 Dreamcasts, and out of the 5 of them, 3 are working. Yeah, it's called nipple percent. It's actually a very stupid category. Like, Breath of the Wild has one called the Get Laid percent. And it's basically get to Pyra and just do the cutscene with her. And it's like, that is the whole game. That is the whole speedrun. And they're the stupidest little categories, but they're fun to do. Like, they are fun to sit down and do. I will probably play Resident Evil 4 for Halloween. I have kind of been wanting to avoid it because the thing with Resident Evil 4 is I have played the game so much that the game is just complete and utter, like, the game lives rent-free in my head. I can recite every line in the game from memory. And dumb categories are the most fun. Yeah, they really are. If I would have ever gotten an Oculus Quest, you would have seen Resident Evil 4 VR on this channel, 100%. But I refused to get the game because they censored the crap out of it. Almost every single witty one-liner in the game has been removed. And it bothers me because some of the best lines in the game are just no longer in the game. Yeah, like, most of Leon's, like, quote-unquote misogynistic stuff, which is how the game devs that redid the game put it, and Lewis's stuff that were seen as sexist were just removed from the game completely. And so because of that, there's like 3 cutscenes, and one of them in particular, which is my favorite one, are just no longer in the game. Or they're in the game, but they are like half the length of the normal cutscene. So, because of that, I refuse to get the game. Because in my mind, I will still be like reciting those verbatim when I hear them. I see the president's equipped his daughter with ballistics. Yes. Like, that line got removed from the VR version of the game. And then, like, when Ada first comes in contact with Leon, and Leon's like, oh, like, the bit of advice, tries using guns next time. Like, he says something before that about, like, about a girl, because Ada's a girl, and they cut that line, and it's like, why? Why would you cut that? One of the banter between, Salazar and, Leon was cut. Another one that's, like, a line that I really like is, when Leon tells Hunnigan that she's just lonely. And the other one where Leon tells Hunnigan that she looks cute without her glasses. Both of those lines are removed from the game as well. And it's like, why are you removing all these, like, weird little things that really don't affect the game? Like, it's like, these are things that people are playing this game, and the people that are playing this game have played this game hundreds of times. They know these lines. They are iconic. Yeah, Hunnigan's the MVP. She's sassy as hell. Yeah, it's like anything that was seen as too flirtatious or would quote-unquote be seen as sexist now was just utterly removed from the game. And the problem with that is when you have a character like Leon, that their character development is literally one-liners, and you're removing all their best one-liners from the game, you kind of ruin the game. So I have never... That would have been the one game that would have allowed me to get an Oculus Quest. Other than that, I will probably never pick one up. One, because I don't support Facebook that often. Like, I don't like a lot of the stuff that they do. And then the fact that the Oculus Quest, the main thing that bothers me about it is since I am trans, I have a Facebook account with my preferred name, my preferred, like, pronouns, everything like that. Facebook can ban your account like that whenever they choose because it is not your legal name. And they openly do this to trans people. And the problem with the Quest is your library is linked to your Facebook account. And if your Facebook account gets banned, all your games get removed from access. Meaning you cannot use any of the games that you legally purchased because your Facebook account was banned. And, yeah, that shouldn't be allowed. But if your Facebook account gets banned for any reason, your entire Oculus Quest library goes along with it. The other thing that I don't like about the Oculus Quest is, in owning an Oculus Quest, the system is constantly recording and registering your face to update Facebook's face algorithm database. And there is no way to not have it do that. So the system is constantly monitoring you. And it's like that, along with the whole thing where it's like, if my account were to get banned because I'm not using my legal birth name, I just lose all of the games that I play on here. Those two things alone have made me never want one. And the worst part is you can get an Oculus Quest 1, and it has none of those features. Like, the original Oculus Quest has none of those features, because the original Oculus Quest was made before Facebook bought the company. But finding one nowadays in working order that you can actually use is very expensive. Because people have realized they don't want to support Facebook, or they don't want to deal with these things. And it's the cheapest VR headset that can exist. Like, outside of that, I would have to get a Vive. And the Vives are really expensive. So I have just never picked up VR headsets. I had a PlayStation VR when they first came out. And the only reason I got it was because I was working at GameStop at the time. And since I was a manager at GameStop, I was able to get the system for a really discounted price. And that was the only reason I ever owned a PlayStation VR. But you can't use the PlayStation VR on anything that isn't the PlayStation and effectively, like, play games. Like, you can use it on other systems and other things. It just turns it into a VR theater. But, like, I would love to sit down and just do, like, VR games like Beat Saber or, do like little like just chatting stuff in like VR chat, but like I have VR chat and you can play VR chat without needing a VR headset. Am I sure about what? The PSVR stuff? Yeah, again, you can use the PSVR on other things. The problem is what the PSVR does is it basically turns the game into a giant movie theater. And that is all the PSVR really does. Unless there's like stuff now that has come out recently that maybe hacked it or whatever, I wouldn't know about that. But I know when the VR headset first came out, that was like the biggest thing because people were using it to plug into their Switch. And they would play their Switch in VR. Outside of that though, like I know I can play VR chat without a VR headset, but I feel like the whole point of having VR chat is to have VR. Like, it's not as immersive if you're not having it. So, there's that. Beat Saber, as much as I would love to play it, I can't. And, what I definitely would do if I had a VR headset... Aw, thank you for the head paps, Ketsu. If I had a VR headset, I would 100% play Phasmophobia in VR, at least once. You know, you saw him play stuff through VR, but maybe it was just PS4. Yeah, on the PS4, VR was handled really well, honestly. Like, I would definitely play, like, Minecraft VR. Like, little things like that that I know I would be able to do. I would probably not be able to handle Phasmophobia in VR, but I would definitely at least play it once. There would be one playthrough at least of Phasmophobia in VR if I owned one. But, like, I don't have the PlayStation VR anymore, and I don't even have a PS4 anymore. Yeah, play FNAF in VR. I own all the FNAF games, so I would easily just buy the VR FNAFs. Yeah, I would give it the old college try. I definitely would. Like, I remember when I had the PSVR, I went heavy into it. I played a lot of games that came out for the VR. And when it started failing, they just started giving us games for free on PlayStation Plus. So I had a whole bunch of games. Did the new one drop today? The new FNAF? I have no idea. Let's actually go check that out. FNAF Security Breach. When do you come out? It's supposed to come out today. Let's find out. According to the website, it comes out in 1 hour and 39 minutes. No, FNAF is not done. Security Breach is the newest game. It was supposed to come out a while ago, and it just kept getting pushed back. And with Scott Cawthon, stepping away from the game, he said that he's gonna leave it in the hands of like people that will handle the game well. But I don't think there's going to be more FNAF games after this, honestly. And if there is, I don't think they're going to be as good as the regular stuff. Like, FNAF kind of died down because between FNAF VR and this security breach, it's just been quite a long gap. Because the game was supposed to come out sometime last year. And then COVID happened and it pushed the game back, I think 3 times in the last couple of years. Actually, no. It was supposed to come out 2020. It got pushed back to 2021. It got pushed back to late 2021. And then it got pushed back to next year. And now it got pushed forward. So its release date got pulled up again. He was making a story out of the games. This is probably going to be like a big story drop for the games. And all the games are connected. It's just, he said some things and did some things, and Twitter did what Twitter does. And, he basically just turned around because what ended up happening was people showed up to like they doxed him and people showed up to his house. So his wife is pregnant right now and he didn't want to deal with any of the craziness that was going on. So he just turned around and just went, "You know what? I retire. I just quit. Like, this is not worth the stress that I'm getting out of this." Yeah, again, like, I understand where the fandom came from with their anger, but they took it too far. Like, they twisted a lot of the stuff that he said out of context. And they also really, really took it too far. How much do I need of this? 780, and I have 774. Like, again, like, it was more not what he said, but what he did. He donated money to, some of Trump's campaigns, and to some, like, senators that were anti-LGBT. And, the thing is, he also supported a trans senator and pro-LGBT senators. He just basically put his money where he thought it was the right place to go. And, that ended up becoming public knowledge, and people didn't like that. And so, again, Twitter did what Twitter does, and, again, I understand where the fandom came from with the anger, because a lot of his fandom was, like, and is LGBT. Again, like, the way he put it out when he put out his press statement was that he was doing what he felt was right for the country, and he was putting his money where he thought it would be best used. And again, it's like, everyone is entitled to their own beliefs. Everyone is entitled to their own, like what they believe in and who they want to vote for politically, anything like that. But the reason the fandom got upset was because he used money that was raised from his games. Because it was openly stated that it was money that was given to him from, like, that he got, like, from FNAF, like, that type of money. And a lot of his money came from people in the community that were mostly LGBT. So a lot of people felt betrayed by that. And again, I understand that part of it. But again, Twitter did what Twitter does and took it too far. They publicly doxed him. People were sending him death threats. People showed up to his house and were like stalking him, and it's like, that's when you're taking it too far. Yeah, and it's like I can see how they would be angry. Because even me, as like a hardcore fan of the FNAF series, I was even upset by that. Because like, again, it's like when you know that most of your community is like in the LGBT community, and you're actively supporting people that are against like everything that they stand for, that kind of hurts. So I get where that came from. Like I understand that one 100%. I am done with this. I need lumber. But again, when you start like publicly doxing someone and trying to ruin their lives because you're not happy about it, that's when you go a bit too far. Ketsu simp. I cannot confirm nor deny. I can just say that they are a good friend and enjoy being in my streams. But yeah, like again, I can't support the fandom for what they did doing that. That was a bit too much. Simps accepted. Simps are totally accepted. So like I still support the fandom. I still enjoy it. But what basically happened is because they were sending him death threats, they were sending his wife death threats, and his wife was like 6 months pregnant at the time. He just was like, okay, I am leaving the company behind. I am just retiring because I don't want to deal with this. It's too much stress. My wife is getting stressed, and it's like you're potentially putting my family in danger. So you don't touch fandoms about anything really. I tend to stick to like the outer edges. You're an LGBTQ simp. Yeah, like that's why I kind of didn't like what the fandom did. Because it's like, again, I 100% understood the anger and like the betrayal that came out of it. That I understand. But when you took it that step further and started like trying to ruin his life because you weren't happy about it, that was too much. And it's like, I feel it's like, yes, people have different political beliefs, they have different religious beliefs. People have different beliefs, and you're not going to be able to change everyone. So it's like, trying to ruin their life because you don't agree with it is the wrong way to go about it. It is the wrong way to go about it. There's a constructive way to do it and a wrong way to do it. And the fandom really just went the 100% wrong way. Big emotions are hard for you. I mean, like again, it's like I still like the FNAF fandom and I still really enjoy playing the games and doing everything with it. But I understand where people came from this. So it's like, I get it. But you can't just say, you know what, I'm gonna ruin someone's life now because they don't have the same belief as me. Some fandoms are usually fine. It really depends on the fandom, to be honest. Like, I can honestly say it's like, if you say, in the Sonic fandom, if you say, Ken Pember's name, in the Sonic fandom, you'll get a lot of angry people. There will be a lot of angry people there. Yeah, there is a lot that go way too far. That is the biggest problem with it, is that sometimes people take things way too far. Time for a riot. Yeah, for those who don't know, Ken Pembers is, he's a comic book writer for the Archie comics of Sonic when they were coming out still. That, basically gave us some of the best villains in the Sonic comics. And, what ended up happening was he left, Archie Comics, tried to sue Sega, and then, tried to sell his characters now, recently, that are all, like, legally distinct Sonic, quote-unquote, at this point. And, the biggest one, like, literally recent, this was, like, a few months ago, he tried to sell his characters to a publishing company to make a comic using those characters. And, the people that were making the comic, were, like, openly, like, anti-LGBT, they were openly homophobic, they had a lot of, like, really messed up things behind them. And he was just like, yeah, cool, go for it, make my character this. And, like, the biggest thing that people were pointing out, it's like, he did no research into who he was, like, licensing the character to. And it's like, in one of the comics that the publishing company had made before, it's like, the main hero of the comic, literally degrades the two female villains of the story just because he thought they were hot. That was literally, like, the quote in the comic. And, people did not take that very lightly when that comic came out. And, it's like, people were telling him, it's like, hey, it's like, this is the kind of person that you're licensing your characters out to. You know, we may not like you, but, you know, have a little dignity for your characters. And, his exact response was just, no, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt because they're cool people. And it's like, these are openly misogynistic and, anti-LGBT people. And, that did not sit well with the Sonic fandom at all. So, he basically ruined his career twice. And, yeah, basically he was, I'm gonna ignore it because money. And then what ended up happening was, he got so much backlash from it that he finally just canceled the license with the comic company. And, it's basically, people just put it up to Ken Penders being a dick for the second time in a row, completely ruining his career. Because people adored that man. He was seen as, like, a god amongst, like, the Sonic community. Because he gave us some of the best characters that people loved to death. And now the new thing that he's trying to do is he's trying to sell his characters to IDW, the new publisher that makes the Sonic comics, and to Sega themselves to basically buy a character from him that started its life as an evil Sonic. And it's basically like the people that make their, like, really bad Sonic OCs. This character started as Sonic with sunglasses and a leather jacket. And that was it. He was just legally distinct evil Sonic. And, he's basically trying to sell that back to Sega for them to use. And they're like, yeah, no, we don't care. Don't bully Scourge. I'm pretty sure he is just bootleg Sonic at this point. Yes, the meme where it's like Daniel and the cooler Daniel, it's Sonic and the cooler Sonic. Like, here, I will bring up a picture of Scourge really quick. Let me get a better picture of Scourge. Beep. That is Scourge the Hedgehog. He was actually pretty cool. Like, he started life, let me see if I can find just a regular picture. Literally, not the link, yeah. No, not the link, I want the image. He started life like this. And, it's like, he became evil Sonic through, like, a really cool turn of events. Like, they handled it really well. And, what ended up happening was, he was seen as, like, one of the best Sonic writers at the time. The little Scourge thing, but he destroyed any and all quality. Yeah, that was the other thing, too. All of the echidnas that came from the comics, he owned all of them. And what ended up happening was, he didn't want to give them up, and Sega didn't want to give them up, because Sega wanted to keep using these characters. So they're just like, cool. Your characters no longer exist. We're just gonna kill them all off. And, they ended up making a game. Like, Sega made a game, when Sonic Chronicles came out. They, basically made the equivalent of his characters. And he was so upset that he sued Sega. And tried to sue Sega for, like, 3 years. It has been the most hilarious thing, but it's like, yeah, we don't talk about Sonic Chronicles. I feel like Sonic Chronicles was made specifically to piss off Ken. I honestly believe that it was specifically made to piss him off. They nuked everything. What ended up happening in the Sonic comics was, to get rid of the head of the echidnas, they wrote themselves into a corner. And then in writing themselves into a corner, they couldn't fix it. So they put themselves in a place where the only thing they could do was reboot the comic. Because they messed up that badly. And then what ended up happening was, when they ended their licensing agreement with Archie and started doing the comics with IDW, their main thing was they were not allowed to use anything relating to the Archie comics or the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, because they wanted to not associate with those licenses anymore. So because of that, they got rid of even more characters. Yeah, they literally pulled a DC. Sonic had his crossover with Classic Sonic, and then fully had a complete reboot. It was wild. Like, it was a very interesting time to be a Sonic fan. It really was. And it's like, I adore the IDW comics because, I can't remember her name now. Okay, what's the new Scourge 2.0 that, IDW made? It's something the Tenebrae. Can't remember off the top of my head. Basically, IDW, because Ken Penders was trying to sell Scourge to IDW Comics, they turned around and made a gender-bent Scourge. And they are basically 100% the same, like, type of character. Just female. And everyone loves them right now. And it is hilarious, because, again, Ken Penders has tried to sue IDW for copying his character. Yeah, her name is Surge. Let me pull her up. Surge the Tenebrae. Teneric. Yeah, they made Surge. And, she is written the exact same way that Scourge was. She is a cocky, narcissistic, horrible person. But she's like the kind of character that you love to hate. And, it's hilarious because, Ken Penders tried to sue them because he's like, you just copied my character. And they're like, no, they are legally distinct from your character, so you can't do anything about it. They're putting salt in the wound. Again, the thing is, Ken Penders literally ruined his career, and then after he ruined his career, instead of just staying quiet, he just dragged his name through the dirt and just made it worse for himself. And he has slowly been making it worse and worse and worse for himself. Like, every time he resurfaces, he just messes up his name more. And it is honestly getting funny. Yeah, original character, do not steal. And it's like, it's just hilarious because it's like, haha, we made this, you can't say nothing about it. And the funny thing is, both characters are based off of a glitch that happened in the original Sonic game, where Sonic would become green. And I find this hilarious because IDW basically just turned around, they're like, yeah, we got the inspiration from this glitch that happened in the original Sonic game. And, shit, I wasn't paying attention, I messed up that craft. Yeah. We just got the inspiration from this, and it's like, it's the exact same inspiration story that Ken Penders had. And it's like, how do you get around this? It's like, they're legally making it as obvious as possible. And just saying, yeah, you can't sue us because it's not the same character. Finger guns. Have fun. And it is great. It really is great. Because, Sega has always been, like, the meme company. And they will openly just, like, poke fun at themselves. And, this is something that they're just allowing their subsidiaries to just sit down and do. And they are going to take full legal responsibility if something goes wrong. Can't really blame them. No, you can't. It's like, the thing is, it's like, when someone's trying to be an ass about this and mess up your company, I'm gonna just do it this way. Make this a lot easier on myself. When they're trying to mess up what you're trying to do, yeah, the PSO2 Twitter is all memes. If you ever sit down and look at Sonic the Hedgehog's official Twitter account, it is all memes. I have said this to people before. The reason Idris Elba is Knuckles right now is because Idris Elba turned around and said, hey, I want to play Knuckles the Echidna in the next Sonic movie. And it got signal boosted to hell. And Sega was just like, okay, sure. You're Knuckles now. Yeah, they literally restored a, the snowboarding Sonic statue. There was a statue in Japan that's in, like, a very, like, remote city in Japan. And, a couple of, like, famous YouTubers that were, like, Sonic YouTubers did some research on it, found out what happened to the statue, found out it was still there. They went through this giant, like, goose chase. This Easter egg hunt to just figure out what happened to the statue. And then we're like, okay, how do we fix it? Because they wanted to get it restored. And, just out of nowhere, someone decided to ask Sega on a live stream. Like, on a Sega live stream, they asked, like, some of the people. And they're like, yeah, we'll reach out to them and do it. And Sega actually reached out to these people and got the statue restored. And I find this, like, completely hilarious. It's like, Sega just does stupid things like this. The official artist that redesigned the movie Sonic and did the artwork for Sonic Mania was a comic book artist that did Sonic webcomics that were, like, these, like, stupid little Sonic webcomics. And, he went from doing those to being the artist that made Sonic Mania's art and made the Sonic movie designs happen. Sonic Mania was literally made by fans for fans. The sprite developer that did all the sprites for the game was a ROM hack maker. Tyson has did all of the promotional art. The music designer was a person that resynthed a lot of, like, old school Sonic music. It's like, it was honestly crazy. Like, all of Sonic Mania was people that were fans of the game. And Sega just went, hey, make us a game. And they did it. The funniest one is Chris Whitehead, the developer for Sonic Mania, the main developer. He ported Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 to the 3DS and to mobile phones when Sega couldn't do it themselves. And Sega, because they couldn't figure out how to do it and didn't want to go through the headache of doing it, bought the rights for it from him, and he negotiated that he would get like partial credit for every version that was sold. So he got a kickback from it and just got his name out there. And then when they made Sonic Mania, they were like, hey, make a Sonic Mania. And he was like, okay, cool, but I get to pick who works on it. And they're like, go for it. So he just picked all these people in the community that were, like, in, like, the modding community for Sonic. And, literally, Sonic Mania is the best game in the Sonic franchise for modern Sonic stuff. And they still work with that group. And, like, I love that. It's like, Sega has openly, like, they don't have the creator program anymore, but they still support it. If you want to make, like, ROM hacks or anything like that, like fan games, anything like that, for any Sega property, they will allow you to do it, as long as you're not, like, selling it for money. But you're allowed to just make these games, and they will do nothing about it. They encourage it. Whereas, like, you look at a company like Nintendo, and it's like, any fan games are just met with, like, cease and desist. And it's like, it's honestly wild when you think about that. Yeah, again, unlike Nintendo. And it's like, Nintendo doesn't encourage it, but Sega does. Sega openly encourages it. And that makes things better because Sega will sit down and look. Like, with Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces may have been a dumpster fire of a game, but they looked at people that were working in the modding community for Sonic Adventures 2 and Sonic 2006 and just went, hey, work with us. And it's like they will openly look at people that are in the modding community and pull them into Sega themselves. Yeah, even to this day, Sega does what Nintendo don't. And it's like that's honestly one of the reasons I love Sega is because they know that their fans keep their games alive, and they know that the fans are gonna do the best they can to make the game best for the fans. And it's like it's really something that ends up being really cool because you get these things that are completely made by fans for fans, and you don't get that with Nintendo. You really don't. Like that's like the sad part about it. Is they just go, yeah, don't do this. I need 156 of these still. Oh, I don't have any more crystals. I need wind crystals. Like, I'm trying to think of other, like, crazy stuff that I just know of off the top of my head. But it's like, again, like, Sonic fandom. Like, going back to, like, the whole fandom thing, it's like, the Sonic fandom is kind of wild. But, they're wild in the good way. Sometimes. Sometimes. Like, another fandom that got, like, really crazy was the My Little Pony fandom. It's like, it was either extremely cringe or very wholesome. You didn't have an in-between. But, the fandom was, like, fairly well received and fairly, like, commonplace at the time. Oh, no. I remember when the show first came out. You've only heard of the cringe side. Look, I remember when the show was airing, and I knew nothing about it. And babysitting one of my cousins, I just sat down one day and watched the show with them, and was just like, "Hey, this show isn't half bad," and ended up watching the show for like all 5 of its seasons. It just went there, and I ended up enjoying it. Like, I never got crazy into the fandom. Like, I enjoyed it. I watched it. I have merch of the show. But I never went crazy into it. But again, it's like I like it. I'm not like those people that like overly obsessed over it. She has some of the figures. I have some of the figures. I have some figures. I have a couple t-shirts. Like, I enjoyed buying merch of it. But I didn't go, oh my god, I'm gonna be like those people that go nuts. I say that, and then I own all the Build-A-Bears that came out for My Little Pony. Which there is like 30 of them. And I own all of them. But that was more just because I am as pastel as my VTuber and background stuff is, I am pastel and VTuber in real life. I love having like cutesy girly things. So my room is all cutesy girly stuff. And then you look at my D&D corner, and my D&D corner is complete like gothic D&D stuff. And you look at this and it's like, this does not fit with the rest of your room. Like, I have a statue of the hand and eye of Vecna, and it's literally just a disembodied hand and an eyeball that the hand holds sitting in a glass container. And it's like, you look at this, it's like, it's the centerpiece of my collection. Yeah, it is literally the centerpiece of my collection. And people look at it and they're like, yeah, that doesn't fit into the rest of the pastel pink room. And it's like, no, it doesn't. But, hey, it's the centerpiece of my room. And the funny thing is, like, surrounded by that, like, on my bookshelf is, like Animal Crossing purses that are, like, bright pastel pink. There's, a whole bunch of, like, my cat ear and cattails that I used to go to conventions. Like, a whole bunch of little things that, if you look at it, it's like, okay, the stuff around it seems normal. The stuff on the shelf does not. Like, my favorite D&D creature is a mimic. And, I literally have, like, 5 figures of mimics just sitting on my center shelf. And it's like, if you ever look at, like, a D&D mimic, they're not pretty looking. They're usually really weird. And it's like, I just have a whole bunch of them just sitting on my shelf. Yeah, it's like, my favorite one, Kay actually got it for me, for my birthday. It's a Funko Pop mimic. And the Funko Pop is a mimic of another Funko Pop in the D&D collection. And I love that. Because it's a mimic of the box. In your D&D, you have a mimic goblet. I have a goblet that's a mind flare. It's like the skull of a mind flare, and its tentacles wrap around the base of the goblet. It would be able to clone anything it drank. Only when it was thirsty. Oh god. That is great. That is honestly great. My D&D group had one mimic that we ended up calling Desk because it was a mimic of a desk that a wizard had, and it used to protect their room. And, the wizard treated it like crap. So, when my friend that ended up getting the mimic just, like, started treating it like an actual, like, creature and not, like, some object, he convinced it to eat the wizard that it was the owner of, so that it could just join him. Cloning and dropping of... That is, interesting, to say the least. I need 234... Yep. Wait, I have 200 and... Yeah, okay, I'm good. Dark hempen cloth. Yeah, like, literally, that mimic was the best. It lived in a pocket dimension where, the wizard would just throw, like, dead creatures that we killed into the pocket dimension and just let it eat whatever it wanted. It was, interesting, to say the least. Like, you can have a lot of fun with mimics, to be honest. I've seen people use mimics in very creative ways. One of the most fun NPCs you've made. I've had some really crazy NPCs in my life of playing D&D. Some magical guardian who's a drug addict, insanely powerful. Lost his power and they had to find the Earth Mother to help him. That seems interesting. That would be a very interesting character. Like I have seen some really interesting things. I've been playing D&D for about 5 or 6 years now. Maybe a little bit longer than that. Since 5.0 came out, since D&D 5e came out, I have been playing D&D. I played a little bit of D&D before that, but I never played like as much as I do now. It's been almost a year since you've played. I play every Wednesday, except for the last couple of Wednesdays where we put the D&D on hold because our DM and like 4 of the players play Final Fantasy. So we all were like, okay, let's put aside D&D for 2 weeks because of the story for Endwalker. And then I had to miss last week because I couldn't make it. Your brain just can't do D&Ds currently. Honestly, it's up to the person, really. Like, sometimes the stories are very, like, story-driven and not combat-driven. Some online D&D, but depression hits like a truck, you know. It's hard. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Kay has tasked me with a campaign that I have to get together where it's just everyone is kobolds. And the problem is you're the group DM. Oof. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, Kay has tasked me with a campaign where the whole group is kobolds and they're just going on an adventure. And I have told her that I will definitely do this. And what I'm more than likely going to do is the Nerds campaign that came out recently for the Nerds and D&D promotion that happened. I have all of those PDFs. And I'm probably going to repurpose them to be kobolds. Because that campaign that they did was just clown shoes and scaly hobbits, pretty much. I'm half tempted to just give them a deck of many things and just let them go from there. Maybe over the holiday you can think of some stuff. Yeah, I mean, honestly, being able to write your own world and just have fun with it is the best thing you can do. Like, if you're not enjoying it, I would let someone else have the reins of being the DM, and you just play a character, because at that point it's not as stressful as sitting down and having to, like, keep track of an entire world in your head. Like, that gets kind of hard after a while. I will give it that. Leader of an underground organization, guild leader. That's rage mechanic. That's interesting. I haven't done anything in a while for D&D. Like, I know I said it a while ago, I think, on stream. I'm pretty sure I said it on stream. That I wanted to do a, like a D&D campaign, but with VTubers. Choose specific players that didn't care about my story and just wanted to kill things. There's always going to be those kind of players. There will always be those kind of players. You're always going to have those kind of characters that just want to be murder hobos. There's no way around that. I mean, it could be worse. You could have a campaign where literally one character is trying to undermine the DM at every point. And no one in the party likes them. And no one in the physical group likes that person. But they don't want to get rid of them specifically because they don't want to be rude. They won't let you explain the story. It's kind of hard. Yeah, again, people like that are kind of hard to play with. I had a friend who had a wizard in their campaign that literally built a min-maxed wizard so that they could ruin the DM's campaign. That was how they played the character. And out of game and in game, no one liked the character or the player. And the whole group was too nice to just say, yeah, we don't want to play with you. So what ended up happening was, we had something like that. I joined Lee and just questioned everything. Yeah. This person, the thing is, no one wanted to be rude to him and just say, yeah, you can't play. So what ended up happening was I made a necromancer at one point that I chose after the end of the campaign to not play as anymore because they were a lawful evil character that was probably one of the most destructive things that I ever made. At one point in the campaign that they were in, they were going to make a player decision that the whole party had to make by themselves. And when the party tried to turn on them, they turned 20 armored skeletons onto the party. And would have easily just sat down and killed the party had the DM not de-escalated the mechanic. What ended up happening is, in my friend's campaign, I let them use my character. Like, I literally let them bring me into the campaign as this character. They were a level 10 necromancer. And, I ended up getting the Hand and Eye of Vecna. I ended up getting power on par with the God of the Undead, which is Vecna. And when I betrayed the party, because the whole party agreed to let themselves be killed by me, because they wanted to just change the campaign setting. And my character just went, cool, who's the big bad of the story? Me. I'm the big bad of the story, the one that you help power up. And I betray the party and become the big bad of the story, of that story. And I killed the entire party in doing so. And that guy was so mad that I killed his character. And in the most brutal way possible, that he just quit playing with the party. And literally my DM just bullshit some magic to bring them all back to life. And it was kind of funny. Yeah. One of the perks of having the Hand and Eye of Vecna together is you touch a living creature. The creature makes a DC check of 30, a Constitution check of 30, which is impossible to make most of the time. And if you fail the check, all your bones turn to jelly and your HP drops to 0. And literally what my character did was just touch, die. There is no save. You can't make it. And literally that was how I got rid of the entire party. Jelly. Yeah, it's kind of really depressing because like you can't make that save. It's a DC check of 30. It's near impossible to make it. And all my character does is just walk up to you and touch you. That is all they had to do. And it's like, okay, I'm just gonna bombard you with magic and try to kill you. It's like, cool. I'm resistant to pretty much everything. Like, I was resistant to non-magical weapons. I was resistant to most damage types in the game. And it's like, I have a wizard with a strength of like 28. They're just gonna walk up to you and touch you, and you're going to die. There's nothing you can do about it. And it's like, that's what ended up happening, just so that we can get rid of one character. Let's go to Rosa. Actually, I'm gonna craft these here. But like I enjoyed the character. Yeah, they literally became a god. Their whole backstory was that they wanted the power to rival the god of the undead, which was Vecna, so that they could take their place as a god. And they quite literally did it. Like, it was a wild story. All to kill one player. It was all to kill one player. What happened to my macro? Disease cure spreading the 5 realm guardians. That sounds interesting. Alright, game. Does this work? I need to test this macro because I haven't tested it yet. But in theory, it should work. Alright, let's find out if this works. Like, I've seen some really cool stories made by different DMs. Trial synthesis complete. Alright, so this works. Talking about it is making me want to try to write some more story again. I mean, that's good. That is good. You have to have, like, the inspiration and the want to do it. And then, honestly, the players really make the story. And if you have players that are just not going to let you DM properly or not going to let you do the story how you should be doing it, it's the story is not going to be fun for you. It's not going to be fun for the players that want to play for the story. So it depends on what happens. Like, that is really up to everyone at that point. We have a 5 dragon guardians who all have appearances. There at the top, increase the guardians. That's interesting. That is interesting. I have single-handedly rewritten the Tyranny of Dragons book. I have single-handedly rewritten the entire book. One apprentice is a child who was the subject of her dad's experience. That's interesting. I'm still a little miffed at the fact that I rewrote the Tyranny of Dragons book. And, when, the DM's Creators Guild was having a, like an entry to submit, creatures that could be included in future books, I submitted a creature, and, my creature got put into a future book, which recently got published. And, I'm kind of upset that I got no credit for the creature. Like, my name is listed nowhere in the, credits of the book or anywhere else in the book. And I will forever be salty about that, but at the same time very happy that, my creature is now an official D&D creature. Yeah, in Fizzman's Treasury of Dragons, the new, one of the newest books that came out, the Draco Hydra. That was a creature that I made for the end of Tyranny of Dragons when I reread it. And, I'm sure that they had it somewhere in the fine print that they didn't have to credit the people. Yeah, I'll show it in the Discord. It's slightly more balanced than the one that I made, but basically it was the stat block of a Hydra, but with dragons instead of Hydra. And what ended up happening was when I made the creature originally for my campaign that I did, the Cult of the Dragon was just like taking these dead dragons that the party was killing and just stitching them together to make a body for Tiamat. And, it wasn't coming to life because their necromancers couldn't figure out how to bring it to life. And, Tiamat just looks at this thing from hell and just goes, "That's funny," and brings it to life. And, it becomes basically a pseudo Tiamat because it has the 5 heads. And what it ends up doing is when you cut off one of when you kill one of the heads, like if you would for Tiamat, the head does get cut off, but I roll 1d4 and that many heads sprout from where that head was, and then I roll a d6 to determine what color those heads are. And basically the only way to stop it was either have a Vorpal Sword, which instantly cuts off things' heads and they can't be regenerated, or if you crit the head does not grow back. Golem's kind of stats. The flesh golem made of wolves. That's interesting. Like, it was funny because it's like, the creature was really terrifying, but if you handled it well at the start, it was not hard to kill. It had the same HP and stats of Tiamat, which was supposed to be the final boss of Tyranny of Dragons. I just made it a bit more interesting. And a little bit weaker. Like, its breath weapons were weaker, its health pool was weaker. It was just a really cool monster. And, they basically rewrote that monster and used it in that book. And it's like, I'm happy that it's in there, but it's like, yeah, it's a hard fight if you're not prepared. The thing is, one of my players had a, they got it when I did the first campaign, which was, Dragon of Icespire Peak, which I also rewrote to fit into the Tyranny of Dragons book that I rewrote. There's a blade that you get in the story that your technically not really supposed to get, but I figured it's my story, I'm gonna change it. And the weapon does double damage against dragons. And in like the original story for Dragon of Icespire Peak, if the characters pick up the sword, there's a invisible creature that just starts attacking them until they put the sword back. And at the level that the players are supposed to, at the level that the players find that sword, there's no way they can kill this thing. So basically what I did was like, there's a spirit of the person that roams around the dungeon that you're supposed to be in. And I was like, okay, if you do the proper checks, you can figure out how to talk to this person. And then if you talk to them, you can try to convince them that you need this weapon and you'll bring it back later. And so basically they convinced the spirit that they needed the weapon to vanquish a dragon, which is the final boss of Icespire Peak. And then that just set up the story for Tyranny of Dragons, where they basically kill the god of dragons. It's like, let's just go kill Tiamat. And the whole reason I wanted to run Tyranny of Dragons in the first place was the fact that I love Tiamat. She is probably one of my favorite gods in D&D. And I made a figure of her and wanted to use it. Poor Dragos. I mean, they're chromatic dragons. They're evil. So it's not really that bad. Not that bad. Then again, when you're fighting a dragon god that is stuck in hell, it's very interesting. I am actually going to get something to drink. Dragons are good in your campaign since there's not many of them. I set my campaigns in the world of Faerun, which is like the world that the core D&D books take place in. And for the longest time, it took me a while to finish writing Tyranny of Dragons, mainly because I wanted the gem dragons that came out in Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. And the main reason I wanted them was because they are a neutral faction of dragons. And I wanted the players to have, like, a good faction, which were the metallic dragons, a neutral faction, which they could basically try to communicate with to get information, but they wouldn't get involved with the fight. And then the evil dragons, which were the bosses of the campaign. Like all of the chromatic dragons, there was one ancient dragon of every color. Or not ancient, one adult dragon of every color. So, I basically set up all these, like, really big dragons as the bad guys. And I enjoyed the story, and my players really enjoyed the story too. So I'm really happy that I held off and made it the way I wanted it to be made. I'm working on rewriting Descendant to Avernus. because Descent into Avernus, the start of the story is very badly written. So I've decided to rewrite the beginning of the story and nothing else. Our 5 main dragons are the Realm's Guardians, and then there's some smaller ones that are kind like lone wolves, neither good nor bad. And there's one evil corrupt dragon. That sounds interesting, honestly. That like having dragons be like characters, like how they did with Vitra here. I actually in Tyranny in the Fizzman's Treasury of Dragons, there's dragons that are written that way in the book, and it's like, I would love to just make a dragon the leader of a frickin' city. Like, that would honestly be cool. Like, my friend is doing a campaign right now, and it's been done really good, and it's been going on for a few years now. So I'm actually really excited to have like the end of this campaign come soon, because we're getting there. We're getting close to the end. You're good at story, but not the best at making combat. Combat is hard in D&D. I'm not gonna lie about that. The problem with combat is that you can either have like very easy creatures or very hard creatures. Like, the challenge rating system is very weird in D&D, because like you look at creatures like a doppelganger. A doppelganger is a half CR challenge rating that can easily kill a level 1 party with no effort. You look at goblins, there's no real in between. Yeah. Like, my favorite example of it, Lost Mines of Phandelver, the starter kit story for D&D, that is supposed to be made for new players of D&D. It is considered a starter set. And the first encounter has you up against, like, 4 goblins, and 2 of the goblins are hidden. And if they ambush the players, which they more than likely will, because that's how goblins work in D&D, they can easily one-shot every player in the party on the first round. And I have seen it happen to people, where it's like, a goblin just walks up, one-shots the wizard, and the wizard just instantly goes down. And then they just look at the rogue, and it's like, haha, sneak attack. Hey, we have pack tactics because there's 2 of us. You just now die because we did like 20 damage in 1 turn. And it's like, this is supposed to be a starting first encounter for people just learning D&D. For adjust health. Yeah, I adjust health, and I if it's like the early on encounters and it's like, okay, this creature, like if I'm running a module that's not rewritten or looked over by me first, and I see something is going to kill the players, I will openly change the outcome of the battle. Like for Icefire Peak, anywhere from level 2 to 6, because the players can choose to go on this quest whenever they feel like it after their first level. They go to this windmill that a manticore pops up out of. And a team of like 4 people fighting a manticore is not a good thing. Like, they will not be able to do this. And so what I ended up doing was, the manticore, ended up happening. The main bad guy, the dragon that's the baddie of the story, every time the players leave the city or enter a new area, the dragon can choose to appear, and I have to roll on a table to see where it is in the story at the time. And I literally didn't roll for it on the encounter when they got to the area, And like halfway through when like my party's dying and I was like, hey, yeah, Dragon's just gonna show up, swoop down, and just kill the Manticore in one hit. Because it just literally, it sees the Manticore as a threat, flies down and just sees, hey, you're in my territory, and just freezes it to death. Like, the way I started it, like, Kay was actually part of this campaign. They hear the roar, they see a breath of ice freeze the Manticore in place, and then the dragon lands on the statue, crushing it. And then they have to fight the dragon instead. And the only good thing was the dragon was scripted so that as long as it takes 10 hit points of damage in anywhere where it is not a its lair, it will just say, hey, I don't really care for you, you're not food, and just leave. Like, it basically sees the party as not a threat. And it just looked at them and left. It's like, I killed the threat that was here. And, like, that was how they got around that story. That part of the story. Because if not, if I would have left it to the players would have easily died. Because the Manticore at level 2, like, I had a party of 4. And the Manticore would have easily been able to one-shot every single player. And it gets 3 attacks in a turn. Yeah, it basically was just like, it looks at them, our barbarian smacked it with their sword. It looked at them and just literally bats its wings to knock over the barbarian and just flies away. It literally just went like, yeah, you're not worth my time. And, the best part about it was, like, it was a very simple encounter, and had the players chosen to, like, go back to that part of the story at, like, a higher level, they would have been able to kill the Manticore. But since the players are given free range to choose, what quest they go on, and every time they finish a quest, they get a level up, it was really bad that was just the first quest they decided to go on, because it's right outside the city limits. It's like, how rude, flies off. Like, that's literally what happened. It's like, gets smacked, looks down. Like, what the hell, bro? Just leave. Just gets up and leaves. And, with Descendant to Avernus, the Descendant to Avernus book is, the start of it from level 1 to 3 is written so poorly that I cannot run the story like that. I refuse to run it. Because, you start in Baldur's Gate, and the military in Baldur's Gate basically just goes, yeah, you're part of our group. Find this person that we want you to find. And if the party just goes, yeah, no, we don't want to do that, the book literally tells the DM to actively attack the players and try to force them to do this, because it is what the NPCs would do. So the book basically tells you, go and kill the players. And it's like, why? Why would you tell, like, why would you do that? And then, like, the first big dungeon for level 1 to 3, the dungeon is hidden in the most ridiculous way possible. So the players won't easily find it, and even if they know the puzzle, still won't easily find it, because they have no reason to want to go do this. And then, after that, the dungeon is set up in a way that easily kills the players, because there are tons of traps that easily get set off, and the characters that they have to fight in the dungeon are not balanced for level 1 to 3 players. So I have slowly been rewriting the entire start of Descendant to Avernus. because it is another campaign that my friends want me to run, and the campaign literally takes you into hell. But it's like the only book that I understand telling you, hey, kill your players, is Tomb of Annihilation. Tomb of Annihilation is meant to be a character grinder. It is meant to be the like this really crazy hard campaign that is supposed to be unforgiving. So player death in that one is fairly common, and it is encouraged. Like the DM literally tells the DM at the start, do not be merciful to your players. If they're going to get themselves killed, let them get themselves killed. The players have to figure out how to survive without like combat. And that's what made Tomb of Annihilation fun. Avernus was only fun because your Null got to meet, Woo. And her first words were nice for Sugat. Yes. Kay played Descent into Avernus with a test of my rerun of it, my rewrite. And in the first layer of hell that you go to, you get to meet the god of the Gnolls. And I made a homebrew Gnoll so that Karen could play. And she ended up falling in love with that character. And they're just a playable Gnoll. Yeah, like she enjoyed that one quite a bit. There was a lot of like really good things that came up after. Like after the level 1 to 3 part of the story, the campaign is very well balanced and it is a lot of fun. But like from level 1 to 3, it is done very poorly. So what people tend to do is just go, hey, you guys just start in hell. And we are just already level 3 at the start of the campaign. Because that was like the only way around that horribly balanced part of the story. Yeah, I intend to run Descent into Avernus again at some point. They ended up becoming city guards. That's pretty cool. Like, I'm a firm believer that it's like you can make characters that are not supposed to be like these. Like, Gnolls are seen as like these completely evil characters that cannot do anything besides be evil. And it's like, you should, if a player wants to play something, a race, there should be a way for them to play a race that is seen as evil. Like, there should not be a reason for them to just be excluded from that race. Because it's the same thing like the orcs. It's like an orc or a goblin or anything like that. It's like you can argue that these races are seen as evil. And they should not be player races, but they are. Yeah, they're just furry peoples. It's like the Gnolls, technically, because of Yenowu, their god, they constantly hunger for battle and for like and conflict. But it's like, if a Gnoll is actively an adventurer, they're gonna get that battle and conflict that they want regardless. So it's like, let them have it. Let them be an adventurer. And I honestly believe that you can get away with a lot of things like that. Mainly, I'm going to drop my links because I set up Nightbot to do this, and I don't think Nightbot has done it. And yours they are. Yeah, like, because again, when you look at the, like, character sheet, like, when you look at, like, how Gnolls are, they They are hyenas that followed Yonobu, which is the god of mayhem and murder. And because they followed him and ate from his scraps that he killed, they became sentient. And they became the first gnolls. So, when a bugbear ally... We had a bugbear ally in our campaign that the whole entire party loved. We loved that character. But it's like, gnolls, because they pledged their allegiance to Yonobu, they want to have murder and chaos. But it's like, you can make a chaotic good gnoll. It would still have murder and chaos as long as it's murdering and chaosing for the good reasons. Gemblin. So he made gem-studded goblins. That... I would love to see that as an actual race. That would be a very cool race to see. One of my favorite things that I have, and no one has let me run it because no one, yeah, they're just Sableye. I made a playable slime, and no one lets me play it in like homebrew campaigns because they just say it's unbalanced. But I have playtested the they're like Mega Sableye, just fleshy. My playable slime, I have playtested quite a bit, so I know it works. And, like, most people that are like, hey, I want to play this character, they're like, no, you can't do that. And it's like, okay, fine. And, now with the new, Unearthed Arcana that came out, we have the playable slime race. And I love it. Because I am totally gonna have a playable slime. Slimes are cool. Yeah, it's like, slimes are really interesting. And it's like, I wanted every excuse to have a playable slime girl. I just wanted every excuse for it. And, I made an entire race with it. And it works. I should start turning these in at some point. I really should start turning these in at some point. I have quite a bit of them. I'm almost done. How much more do I have? I have about 25 more? Yeah. I have 26 more to go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, I have enough slots to turn all these in. Let's, after this craft, I'm gonna go turn these in and see how much I level up. I have an Earth Mother who's a deer dragon that can talk to plants and make herbs and stuff. But she is also one of taught drug addict. Imagine got him addicted. Yeah, the farming's going good. It's literally just me trying to make a bunch of things leveled up. Like, I'm trying to level up my carpenter first, because that is one of my main crafters. And once they're leveled up, I'm gonna have to go through all the other ones. The best part about this Ah, okay, I'm already at max crafter scripts. Where do I exchange my scripts? You there. I need to exchange my scripts. What is this? Detailed outline of complex crafting techniques. One definition is consumed when using a careful observation special. I don't know what this does. Memory goes away when the guy is not high as kite. That is interesting. Used to activate the crafter specialist action, careful observation. This disambiguous page. Okay, let me read what the skill does then. Careful observation. Special action. Do nothing for 1 step, preserving the status of any actions presently in effect. A crafter's definition is used upon execution, can only be used up to 3 times per synthesis. This action does not increase the step count. Allows the execution of precise touch, intensive touch, and tricks of the trade, regardless of material condition. Oh, that's interesting. Revised engineering manual, that gives me 150 bonus experience points earned from synthesis up to a maximum of 2 million points. Effect is halved level 80 and above. Okay. I don't know if I have any of these. So we're gonna see if I have any of these. Okay, so I just didn't have this one. Right? Yeah, I didn't have that one. Okay. Was anywhere to tell you what's her brother nature I need to fix. That's an interesting way to summon someone. Materia, because it's probably gonna be the best thing I can use. That's probably gonna be the best thing I can use for that, is my materia. Okay. More materia! This is interesting, because this is just gonna be how I'm gonna level up. That's CP. Yeah. Materia good. Yeah, it's like I'm just using this to just... I can actually sell it for quite a bit of money too, which is the best part. Wow, I went from 83 to 87 in like 2 seconds. That is insane. Also, thank you for the head paps, Bosca. I am level 88 now. Zoom! Level up, go burr. Like, legit, level up, go burr. What is my level at? Am I max level already? Yep, my carpenter is max level now. Oh! Oh my god, I was not expecting it to be that quick. I was not expecting that. Yeah, 90 is max level. I wasn't expecting that. That literally took me like all of like 10 seconds. And I have all this materia now. I'm gonna go put this materia away. The bell is right here. Sally, I need you. I need materia to put on you. Yeah, okay, we're good. Now we go next into the list with blacksmith. Let me see what I need for blacksmith. Collectible. It's going to be this one. So I need Ligum Vinte lumber, I need armatrine, and I need hyderium nuggets. I'm going to see how much this stuff actually costs. Let me find a market board. I'm actually not sure if there's a market board here at Razavan. I don't see one anywhere. Is there no market board here? That's weird. Why would you have, like, all the script exchange stuff but no market board? That's so weird. That's really interesting. Let me see something. Because Charlian might have the script exchange as well. Do you have a script exchange here? I have a gemstone trader. Material supplier, gemstone trader, retainer vocate. Oh, that is right. I need to get rid of this retainer, and I need to bring them back as a retainer for here in Charlian. They wanted confusion. It seems like it. Here, let me see something. I need to see how much this stuff costs. Because if it is stupid cheap to get a whole bunch of this stuff, I'm just gonna get a whole bunch of it. I doubt it is. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be cheap. Search item by crafting method. Copy the item name. Go to the market board. Search for the item. See, that's cheap. That I will do. And then silver ore. The silver ore is really cheap too. So that's that. Search for crafting do I have this already? No, okay. Yeah, buying the raw items is probably going to be cheaper. No, I don't have any. Okay. Should always check before I buy it. That is a lot more expensive. Okay. How does one get that stuff? See, that's cheap. So, the stuff is cheap when it wants to be cheap. How much is Ligum Vinte lumber right now? 100 and the logs. Log. That is really cheap. I'm going to pick up a whole bunch of that because that is cheap. And now I just sit down and craft this stuff. Carpenter. Ligum Vinte lumber. For blacksmith, I need 1 of each, and I need 78 of these. Alright. If I have to go get a little bit of Ligum Vinte lumber, I don't mind getting it. Ooh, what is that? Is that the Heidelin axe? That looks like the Heidelin Reaper axe, and oh my god, is that gorgeous. I'm kind of curious as to what this item is. War Scythe of Divine Light. Yup, that's Heidelin's weapon. Okay, that is... I need that. I need that at some point. We need to go get that at some point. Gotta go deeper. Yeah, this stream today is not gonna be a very long stream. After I get my blacksmith to level 90 or close to, I'm probably going to be logging off for the night. Like, the crazy long streams are gonna be saved for either story stuff or, like, depending on if I have a day off. If I have a day off, I don't mind playing longer. But, I have work tomorrow. I am not in the best right now, still. Like, I'm still not 100%, but, I definitely will be streaming today. I might stream tomorrow. Depends on when I get out of work. And then I have Saturday off. So Saturday will definitely be a stream because I'm working this Sunday. So Sunday has to get moved around. So my stream schedule works around my work schedule, which kind of sucks because it's like I want to have a consistent stream schedule, but I really can't. Not with a full-time job alongside. Like I tend to have like the Saturday and it was Sundays and Mondays, but my schedule got flipped around because one of the girls that I work with went on vacation for a week. So I've had to cover for her shifts. So my whole work schedule has been flipped around this week. And it will be flipped around next week as well. But after that, it should be going back to normal. Oh my god, where does that little hippo come from? That little hippo minion was adorable. Oh my god, the Squirrel Emperor sits on your shoulders. I didn't know that. I love it. Yeah, it's kind of funny. There's a Christmas event in the game, and I did that at like 9 in the morning. Because I logged in before I went to work today, and I was like, I'm gonna do the Christmas event. And I did not stream that at all. Hey look, it's one of the minions that I will never own. This minion right here, the Carbuncle, you get it by buying the plush. And Kay was going to buy me the plush like last year for Christmas, but it's $40 to get the plush, which is fine, and then another $40 for shipping. Yeah, literally did it first thing in the morning. I need blacksmith? Question mark? Yeah, you lucked up with the Pizer. The Piza was honestly something really lucky. She found the Piza plush online, and the tag for it was still in like its factory seal, and you could tell that it hadn't been opened. And the tags have a code inside of them when you open them. And since it was still factory sealed, she was like, hey, I'm gonna take a chance on this and hope it hasn't been opened. Med's giving you nausea. Yeah, it was still unused. Alright, Bosca. I'm probably gonna be ending up here soon too, so definitely will be ending stream in like at least another like 20-30 minutes, if that. Yeah, please try to feel better. More head baps. Well, I can barely make these. Like, I get just enough points to make these things. I hope I have enough durability to make all this stuff. I should. My stuff is at like almost half durability. Come on. Yeah, I have enough to make these. I'm good. Let's repair my gear before I continue crafting. This is goldsmith. Let's make one of these. We're good. It's gonna be funny to just like trained eye instantly finish like the crafts that are like the level 80 gear and just go haha done. Like, I need to sit down and do... I'm gonna have to do this for every class. So, it will at least be fairly quick. Because outside of just gathering the materials, it just takes me a couple of hours. Like, one good day of doing this and I'll be done. So that's at least good there. How is my durability looking? I'm good. I am good. I get 46,000 XP every time I do this. Kind of nice. If I sat down and actually like crafted them each one high quality, it would be so much more experience, but I don't want to spend the extra time, honestly. There's no point when I can make the high quality version no matter what. So I have to make these, I have to make the gemstone after these. And then I have to sit down and craft all the things that I can craft together. Because if I don't make all of it, I can just throw it together a little bit with like one or two other ones. How am I looking? I'm good. 40, 41. There's a few high quality stuff in here, so... I just need to turn this into the stone. Which... I should just be able to do this. Who knew crafting was so relaxing? I did. I knew crafting was so relaxing. Like, crafting is so chill. Rip, I did that wrong. Alright, now I can just quick craft the rest of these. Make sure I'm not losing all my stuff. I really can sit down and make money whenever I want just by getting rid of the cookie stuff. I should sit down and do the levs for that at some point. That is money that I can sit down and make. And it's just kind of sitting there not doing anything. You know, I'm sure there's a new, easier lev quest that I can do. So I just have to sit down and do them. Have to have a few days of just crafting, nothing else. Okay, we're still good. Oh god, I have to remateria all my gear. I just thought about that. I'm gonna have to do all of my crafter stuff again. That'll come after I'm done with all my crafters. Since they all share the same armor, I'm gonna do it afterwards. What else do I need? Am I done? Blacksmith. Collectible. Yeah, I have enough for this. Let's add my macro to the hotbar. Let's get crafting. Let's craft. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Everyone has like Heidelin Axe, and it's like I really want it, but that entitles me doing Heidelin EX, and I have to have like people that are going to sit down with me and do Heidelin EX. I don't even know how to do it yet. Like, I have to sit down and figure that out. I specifically want the Bardings. I want Zodiark and Heidelin's Bardings. So that's gonna be another one that I'm gonna have to sit down and do. I don't think I'm going to be able to craft a lot of these. Yeah, I don't have a lot of these to craft, apparently. So that's going to be, let's see, 2 per each of these, so I have about 6 more that I can make, and I've already made 2. So I'm gonna need a lot more durium nuggets. So that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to sit down and gather, but I will not be finishing that today. I need to get rid of these from my inventory at some point. They're 82, 84, 86, 88. Uh, 88. I need to sit down and get rid of those at some point. But that would entitle me leveling up classes that I don't want to do right now. I have 2, 4, I have 3 more to go. 3 more, we're gonna turn these in and then we're gonna finish for the night. Nice little chill stream of just crafting. Alrighty. We'll go turn these in. I'm probably gonna get like a level or 2 out of this. Because this is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these. Like, between the experience of crafting it all and the experience of turning it in, it should be enough to get me to level 90 on every class fairly quickly. Like, I was not expecting it to be that quick. So let's go turn these in. Let's see here. You there. I have stuff for you. Oh, yeah, 81, almost level 82. Like, I am so close to level 82. I am okay with that sort. I'm going to just do this. There. And then I'm gonna go back to my company and log out. That was fun. That was a fun little stream today. Nothing crazy again, just a little crafty stream. My next couple of streams are probably gonna be this still, because again, I'm going to be leveling up my crafters because I want to be able to make endgame gear. And until I can do that, I'm gonna be working on that. I need to craft endgame gear. I need to make, at least for my red mage, I need to get them at, like, best gear that I can get right now. So that I can try to start doing the raids when they come out. I think the raids are coming out like sometime next week, so I want to be ready for those. Other than that, like my next couple of days are just gonna be chill because I want to like have some like nice relaxing streams. Work is picking up, so work has been stressful, and I've had some like pretty stressful days the last couple of days. So I really want to just have a little chill thing, especially after the end of Endwalker. I need some time to still process that story. Once I get my crafters to 90, I won't be doing FF all that much on stream. Like, I kind of feel like I'm becoming that just Final Fantasy streamer. And, I kind of want to keep my, like, whole variety thing. So, either might finish the Pokemon Ruby Nuzlocke. I mean, not the Nuzlocke, the randomizer. Or I might do, the Tales of, Berseria playthrough. Just start adding those. Because I need to finish the Pokemon, playthrough at some point. But, like, Ruby is still kind of fresh on me. You know, not Ruby, Diamond is, or Pearl, is still kind of fresh on me, so I kind of still want to give that a break as well. Because, Cynthia hurt, and, I've had enough Pokemon for a little bit outside of that. But, other than that, I was gonna head to bed. I should be out at a decently early time tomorrow for work, so I probably will have another like little crafty stream tomorrow. And Saturday is off as well, so Saturday might have one as well. Just depends on how things go. I will post on the Discord and on the my Twitter so that I can keep people updated just in case. And let's throw my links in the chat one last time before I go. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful night. You guys have been awesome keeping me company. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your nights. Bye!